One looks forward to Halloween for mostly two reasons: trick or treat. But mostly the first one. Isn't it curious how eager we are to don a disguise for a night, when at its roots Halloween stems from Samhain, a festival which honors the thinning veil between our world and the other. There is no knowing who hides behind the mask on Halloween night. Scary thought, I know. But what's even scarier is that most of us wear masks every single day, but we don't even know about it. We say we've moved on, that we're fine, that we're healed, yet the same patterns keep repeating over and over again. The same fights, the same fears, the same insecurities, the same mistakes, the same endless loop of being. What if the reason you feel stuck isn't outside of you, but hidden deep within you? That hidden part of you is what Carl Jung called the shadow self. And today, we're bringing it to light. Carl Jung described the shadow as parts of ourselves we repress. The traits we find unpleasant, uncomfortable, or simply that we can't bear to acknowledge. These are aspects that contradict the image we prefer to show the world, the characteristics we want to be recognized for. Returning viewers might even be able to spot one of mine. It has been mentioned several times in at least 2 of my videos. Think of it as a little treasure hunt. The first person to find it and write it in the comments might even get rewarded. How does a shadow keep you stuck? Why should you even care about bringing it to light? Think of it this way. There are parts of you that are hidden, that you have no awareness of, that you have no control over, and yet they still shape how you see the world. Like wearing rose-tinted glasses, only cracked ones. Whatever you dislike or reject within yourself, you will find yourself rejecting it in others too. Ever had a reaction that felt disproportionate, but you couldn't find why? Have you ever been triggered by someone but couldn't put your finger on what exactly bothered you? Or maybe you have projected your feelings, your fears, your dreams onto someone else without even realizing it. That is your shadow at work. And it is high time you take the reins back. By the way, hiya, I'm Bamboo. This channel is where I share my journey of rewiring the mind, building resilience, finding balance in mind, body and soul, using hypnotherapy, storytelling, or other holistic tools. I hope you will walk this path with me to becoming Bamboo. And if it is not obvious, this is of course a Halloween special. I do not get as dressed up on a day-to-day, although I do enjoy dressing up. Now, you may ask, why start doing shadow work now? Well, it is Halloween, and Halloween is the perfect time for shadow work. As I mentioned earlier, its roots trace back to Samhain, a Celtic festival that marks the thinning of the veil between this world and the unseen. In a way, shadow work does the same. It's about bringing to light what is usually hidden or ignored within ourselves. And there is also another layer to this. Halloween opens Scorpio season, the astrological period ruled by transformation, emotional depth, taboo topics, and the unveiling of hidden truth. Almost too fitting to be a coincidence, don't you think? As elusive as shadow work sounds, there is an actual process and framework behind it. First, you need to recognize your shadow aspects. Then, you need to label them. Afterwards, you need to identify with your shadow aspects. And lastly, you need to own your shadow aspects. It's quite simple, right? Just kidding. The hardest part is definitely the first step, recognition. Because the shadow is inherently hidden from you, you are not aware of it. So, how do you go to uncover what is hidden? There are 3 routes which work for me and which I will share with you. The first one is through art, journaling, fiction, collage, drawing, anything that gets the unconscious stuff out of your mind and onto paper. Over time, patterns appear if you look closely. I noticed I was depressed not because of a diagnosis, but because my fictional characters kept sounding and behaving like me, and they behaved in a way that was very off-putting to me. It is not the fastest method, I grant you, but it is effective, and it is also a place to start. The second route is rapid transformational therapy, which I am trained in. This hypnotherapy method helped me reconnect to feelings I had numbed out. It unhooked years of buried anger and gave me access to memories and sensations I had forgotten about. It is very quick and transformative, but it is also an investment, one of the best you will ever make, but an investment nonetheless. If you want to do one-on-one hypnotherapy sessions with me when I open my practice in 2026, I have created a waiting list form in the description. You can go and put your information there so that I can keep you updated once I do start my practice. If you want to do hypnotherapy sessions right now and really transform your life, I have linked down below the directory to other RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy, therapists so that you can get started on your journey. The third route is one that costs nothing and the fastest to get started. It is quite easy to spot your shadow because you notice what irks you in others and then ask, why does that bother me so much? If someone's arrogance makes you furious, is there a part of you that fears being judged? If someone's laziness enrages you, do you secretly fear being seen as lazy? Right now, think of someone who recently triggered you and answer the following 3 questions. What specifically bothered you about that person? Where in you might this live? Is it a memory? Is it a feeling? Or is it a behavior? And then take one small, compassionate step to changing or owning this particular behavior, thought, or feeling that triggered you this week. Trust me, if you start digging, you will find more than one skeleton in your closet. And each one of them is an opportunity for growth. Do keep me updated of your progress when you start doing shadow work, or at the very least, put it down in writing somewhere just for your own eyes. Not having physical proof or records of my own journey is something I regret not doing for my own sake. And if you enjoyed this video, do give the like button some love if you haven't already, and subscribe to join me in my journey to becoming bamboo. The following video might also be of interest to you if you have liked this one, so do please think to check it out. It should be appearing right here. Bibbidi babbidi.